Narinig yun ba yung salitang compromise? Para sa mga in a relationship dyan, siguro naman familiar kayo sa situation wherein you're gonna give way, di ba? Dun sa partner mo or sa asawa mo, sa jowa mo, in order for that person to be happy, but at the same time, makuha mo rin yung gusto mo. So, sa madaling salita, give and take, o kaya naman win-win, o kaya naman ay bigayan, di ba? Kaya ako lang naman nasabi ito kasi tingin ko the word compromise best describes the gadget that we have with us right now, which is none other than the Realme 10 Pro Plus. So, pag-usapan natin ito. So, ano nga bang meron ng Realme 10 Pro Plus? Well, kitang-kita nyo naman, di ba? Unang tingin pa lang, halatang-halata na that the screen is different from all the other Realme numbered series phones. And this is because it is the first Realme smartphone with curved display. What you're seeing right here is a 6.7-inch AMOLED display. At kitang-kita nyo man, napakaganda ng display panel na ito dahil hindi lang siya curved, pero yung bezels or yung chin niya sa baba ay kasing nipis nung bezel or nung edge sa taas. At hindi lang yan. Ang peak brightness ng display na to runs at 800 nits. So kahit nasabihin natin naka Super AMOLED yung Realme 9 Pro Plus, mas pipiliin ko pa rin ang display na to. Dahil unang-una, you are gonna be using your phone most of the time at tuwing ginagamit mo siya, well, syempre, nakatingin ka sa screen. So, para sa akin, number one feature that you would look for from a phone is to have the best screen possible that your money can buy. So, doon pa lang, point goes to the Realme 10 Pro Plus. Ngayon, kung performance na natin pag-usapan, the Realme 10 Pro Plus performs just as well as its predecessor, the Realme 9 Pro Plus, because they both run on the MediaTek Dimensity 925G platform. Nung binenchmark natin siya sa Antutu, I got 474K, which is just the same as what I got with the Realme 9 Pro Plus, which came out last year. So, medyo nakapagtataka kung bakit hindi tayo binigyan ni Realme Philippines ng mas mabilis na chipset. If you're gonna visit other sites such as GSM Arena, you'll notice that it lists a different chipset, which is the MediaTek Dimensity 1085G. I'm guessing that is the chipset or the platform that was used in other regions. Medyo nakaka-disappoint sa umpisa, lalo na kung meron ka ng Realme 9 Pro Plus at gusto mo mag-upgrade. Pero kung nanggagaling ka naman sa ibang phones like the Realme 9, tingin ko naman magiging masaya ka sa magiging performance ng Dimensity 925G dahil solid pa rin ang chipset na ito for gaming and for most mobile application or most mobile tasks that you'll be using your phone with. Kung tipong pang work or pang school yung gamit mo ng phone, for sure, kayang-kaya yan ng ating Realme 10 Pro Plus 5G. Pero sinubukan kong mag-edit ng video na 4K sa phone na to at medyo hindi niya kinakaya, nagka-crash. So medyo nakukulangan ako as a content creator who does quite a bit of photo and video editing on my phone. Next, pag-usapan naman natin yung camera. And I think that this might be a little controversial or medyo hot take kasi this comes with supposedly a 108 megapixel main sensor as well as a similar configuration as last year. You also get a 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, a 2 megapixel macro lens, as well as a 16 megapixel selfie camera. So ang talagang naiba lang is that main sensor, and dito mo makita that megapixels is not everything, or a higher megapixel doesn't mean better quality photos dahil kahit na mas mababa yung megapixel count ng Realme 9 Pro Plus, mas maganda yung shots na nakuha natin dito. And I remember the first time that I took photos with the Realme 9 Pro Plus, that really blew my mind dahil sobrang linaw, sobrang sharp ng image na nakuha natin. Ang ganda ng quality at ng colors na naproproduce ng Sony IMX766 sensor with OIS na nasa Realme 9 Pro Plus. As opposed to the photos that I got with the Realme 10 Pro Plus, hindi ako ganon ka-impressed. So, kung ako yung papipiliin, mas pipiliin ko yung camera or yung images at videos na na-produce ng main camera ng Realme 9 Pro Plus. In fact, sobrang na-impress ako dun sa phone na yun that I bought one phone for my wife in addition to the phone that I have for myself. Anyways, don't take our word for it. Check out these sample photos and videos and tell us in the comments if you like what you see. In fact, a bag. Nice little, what's this? What do you call this? Gym bag? Nice, very nice looking glass mug. Oops, drop test. Oh, diba? Yan. 108 megapixel. To its credit, guys, pagdating naman sa battery life, the Realme 10 Pro Plus is so much better because it comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery that charges at 67 watts. And we've done our benchmarks. We managed to get 13 hours of screen on time. That easily translate to more than a day of use. Pero hindi ko siya isusugal na gamitin on a second day without charging it overnight kasi for sure kakapusin ka sa second day mo. Kung sinimula mo naman yung araw on a full charge, 100%, at the end of the day, for sure naman may matitira dyan mga 30 to 40%, which is good enough kasi halimbawa nakalimutan mong i-charge overnight, magamit mo pa rin yung phone the following day, yun lang, kakailanganin mo siguro siyang i-charge during the day. Pero don't worry dahil napakasayang mag-charge sa phone na to. Nakakatuwa dahil it can get up to 50% in just 17 minutes. Minsan kahit 5 minutes pa lang solve na ako eh. I think I have enough battery life to last me a few hours. So, don't worry, hindi mo problemahin na maubusan ng battery sa phone na to. Does it come with an expansion card? Just like the Realme 9 Pro Plus? No. Medyo premium itong phone na to and alam naman natin yung mga medyo premium phones wala ng micro SD. Meron ba siyang 3.5mm audio jack? Well, wala, guys. So, sorry na lang para sa mga nangangailangan ng audio jack dyan. You're gonna have to rely on your Bluetooth headset or your Bluetooth speakers. To its credit, it comes with an under-display fingerprint scanner para dun sa mga mas feel yung ganong technology. Although, personally, I sort of prefer yung side-mounted fingerprint scanner dahil para sa akin, mas mabilis at mas accessible ito. Pero yun nga naman siguro, mas user-friendly yung ganito, yung under-display fingerprint scanner dahil itatap mo lang yung screen mo. I don't know. I still prefer the side-mounted scanner dahil kailangan mo rin naman i-press yung power button. The other thing that we also like about this phone is that it comes with dual stereo speakers. Something that we've seen on the Realme 9 Pro Plus is that 200% ultra boom yata yung tawag dun sa technology na yun where it tries to enhance the loudest volume so that you can get up to, well, 200% kuno na maximum sound using the loudspeakers. Nagamit ko siya sa labas at sa gym dahil medyo maingay. So talagang gamit na gamit ko yung 200% na maximum, no, beyond the 100% limit ng Realme 10 Pro Plus. At ngayon, for the price, the entry-level variant, Realme 10 Pro Plus with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage retails for 19,900 999 pesos. Wow, suabe, di ba? And if that's not enough, you can upgrade to 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, and that's gonna set you back by 24,999 pesos. So it's 5,000 pesos more. Para sa akin, sobrang sulit na nung entry-level variant. For 20,000 pesos, you get a very nice smartphone with 5G capabilities and this very nice 120Hz curved AMOLED display. Yung camera is a 108 megapixel main sensor. Okay na siya pang social media, and for sure naman, if you're coming from one of the lower end or the older generation Realme numbered series, matutuwa ka kung mag-upgrade ka sa phone na to. Yun nga lang, kung magaling ka sa Realme 9 Pro Plus, para sa akin, wag muna, no? Antayin na lang natin yung susunod na generation dahil baka naman bumalik or magkaroon tayo ng mas magandang camera. Do you agree or disagree with any of the thoughts that we shared in this video? May tanong ba kayo sa Realme 10 Pro Plus 5G? Kita-kita tayo sa comments. Magbardagulan tayo dyan. This has been Kuya Den for Tech Kuya. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Paalam!